Okay, so welcome back to TJ's Garage. Real creative title, but that's the only thing I can think of. It's the name and where it's happening. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in this garage. If you tune into other videos, I'm going to go through all kinds of stuff, whether it's bikes, whether it's modifications on smokers that I've made, burn barrels, 55-gallon drum wood burning stoves for the garage. We'll go through that on another day. But right now we're finishing up on a burn barrel project. We've already cut the lid off. Now we're going to cut the ventilation holes in the bottom and get this finished up within 5 or 10 minutes. This particular barrel is an oil grade drum, so it's a little heavier than steel. And you can use food grade. Well, today we're going to use oil grade with a sealed lid. We're going to make a burn barrel within about probably 10 minutes. You can burn leaves, twigs, private papers you want to get rid of that you don't want to stick through the shredder. I'll go through the tools you need, the blades, the blade choice of the jigsaw, and the size of the hole saw. It'll be quick and painless, and you'll have your own mini outdoor fireplace. Okay, so first we're going to use our drill bit. We're going to use a little bigger than 3/8, 13/32. It's big enough. You want to make it wide enough so the blade on your jigsaw will fit into the hole to start your cut. Put a hole anywhere near the edge. Alright, what you're going to do is first push down real hard, or your blade is just going to run across the top of the metal. So push down, make your purchase point, drill through. Right, there's your starting point. Now for your jigsaw, I'm going with a 5 1/4 inch length metal bit, 24 teeth per inch, okay, which will cut really quick. Minimal shards of aluminum. Just let the saw draw itself into the cut. This is a T-shank bit. Make sure you're using a metal bit. Don't try to use any other bit than a metal bit. You can use a shorter bit. The problem is if you do pull out of your cut, it's going to bounce off the top of the lid and probably either crack or buck back in your face, and it could be bad. Alright, so make sure you're wearing safety glasses to start. We'll get into that some other day. I'll tell you that long story. So we're going to make a cut around the edge. Pick a point on the shoe or the base of your jigsaw, depending on the width, how wide you want your lip, and follow that. So you're going to push down and follow the edge around at the same point you pick on the base of your jigsaw. Make sure you're pushing straight down so you got a flat surface, and you're pushing down so it doesn't butt back up. Let the blade draw you into the cut and follow it all the way around. Don't push too hard or you're going to break a blade. And here we go. So if you do decide to stop your cut, just lean into the cut a little bit, let the blade stop as it's cutting into the metal. Never try to pull the jigsaw out or it will bounce back on you or crack the blade. Okay, as you can see, I picked a point on the base of my jigsaw, which is basically right here on the right hand side. This is going to be my straight edge for making an even lip all the way around the top of the barrel. Okay, so if you see how you stop the cut, you push into the metal a little bit, it'll stop your blade by itself. And with 24 teeth per inch, this is what we're getting for shavings from the metal top. So that's what you're going to expect. And if you look down at my cut, it's pretty even. So I picked a good spot on the base of my jigsaw, stayed with it, and I'm getting a pretty even cut all the way around my lip. All right, cut. cut, the top's going to fold in and bind on your blade. So take it a little slower. If you can suspend the lid with your finger, you can do that, or just let it fall by itself. But take it slow. Make sure the lid don't bind too much into your blade. There you go. You got a pretty even cut all the way around. You're going to have an edge on here, pretty sharp. So if you have a die grinder or a Dremel tool or maybe an air grinder, to take the edge off, you can go around the top and maybe the inside so you don't cut your arm in case you decide you have to reach into the barrel. But again, minimum 24 teeth per inch, longer blade, and you should be fine cutting through the top, no problem. Okay, so right now we're going to cut the ventilation holes in the bottom or around the edge so we have air coming through so you get a quicker burn. So what I'm going to do, mark a couple points. We're going to do 4 holes. If you look at the bottom, that's a clock. I'm going to put one at 12, 6, 3, and 9. I'm going to put the first one about 8 inches to 12 inches above the ground. So the first one, I'm going to cover this hole saw. Use a Milwaukee drill, not on the hammer mode. You're not going to get anywhere with that. The size hole saw we're using is, I'm going to go with 1.5 inches. Well, actually, 1.25 inches. 1.25 inch hole. First hole, push down to make your purchase point, and just cut. Well, this is a variable speed, but we're going to go on the low speed instead of the high speed. The high speed tends to burn the barrel. It doesn't have enough power to cut. Go on low speed so the teeth can bite into the barrel and it cuts through faster. Alright, so that's your first one. We're going to do one the same height, opposite side, which would be 6 o'clock. This is 12 o'clock. Bottom would be 6 o'clock. So we'll pause now. We'll come back when I got all 4 holes done. You'll get an idea of what it looks like and how it's going to function. So I cut my 4 holes using the 1.25 inch hole saw. And you can see inside we got 4 holes for ventilation. You get a nice clean burn. You got plenty of air coming in. If you look at the outside, top, bottom on both sides, got one at 12, 6, 3, and 9. 4 holes total. That's plenty to keep the burning going. Some people put these up on bricks. Just keep them off the ground, keep the heat off the ground in case there's leaves around it. That's really all you need to do. Before I go, you got to remember that when you're using a hole saw, make sure you use a bimetal hole saw. You cannot use a wood hole saw to cut holes in a steel barrel. With that, we'll be making a few more videos coming up soon. I do a lot of barrel stuff because I've got such excess of barrels. So if you come over here, over the winter I've been making wood burning stoves out of 55-gallon drums. Vogelsang makes the kit. Right here we got the doubles. I've been making these over the winter with the 6-inch flue. There's a single barrel kit and a double barrel kit you can buy online. Some people are asking now that it's spring, they're asking me to make these into smokers, which we'll probably end up making a video on that. But pretty soon we'll be making a video on the single barrel construction and the double barrel construction. I made quite a few of these over the winter, probably 12 of them. They go pretty quick, and I figured out a pretty easy foolproof way to make these. Double barrels I can make in about an hour and a half. Single barrels, 45 minutes with the 6-inch flue. So we'll be making that soon, so tune in for more videos. You just never know what we're going to be tearing apart, building, creating, tweaking, or inventing, if you want to look at it that way. All right, thanks for tuning in. It's TJ's Garage. Have a good day.